What is up, everybody? Welcome to season 2 of Underground Stars. Thank y'all so much again for all the support, just everybody who watched, everybody who supported for season 1. But this is season 2. Things are better. Things are, just overall, better. I don't know what other word to use. We got more energy, more people. It's like I think we're doing two episodes per week for like 14 weeks, 7 weeks, one of those two. So more episodes, more people, and more content. So I'm here today with
Truth.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm just in my room like usual.
Yes, sir. Funny thing is, when you hit me up? You hit me up during season 1, right? Be like, hey, let me get on the podcast.
Right when I found out through Hirohe.
Yeah. Bro, shout out to him.
Shout out to the GOAT.
Man had an interesting episode.
Yeah. I didn't finish it. I got really close, so I need to get on that shit.
Yeah. And then it was like what, 2 weeks, not even like 3 weeks ago, you DM me like, hey bro, we still doing this?
Oh yeah, dude.
Here we are.
I'm ready.
All right, so I got a couple of points to set out, just kind of like if we have run out of stuff to talk about, which I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
Got to make a first good impression for season 2. So it's all on you right now. You set the pace for this next 7 weeks, 14 episodes.
Really?
It's no pressure. Don't worry.
Oh, that's good. That's a good thing.
Yes, sir. All right, so, let's start off with the basics. Just tell us how you kind of started getting into producing, just kind of what you've been doing as of late.
Not really a long story, I guess, but I'm going to make it a long story. So I started in like 2017. I barely did it. I just was in high school, a senior, with my friend who goes by Producer, but I'm going to call him Drew because that's his name. And, man, I guess he started making beats on his computer, or at least learned about the fact that we could do it. And he told me about it and stuff, and it made me like really want a computer so I could start doing that. So in high school, we actually we were all in band, me and my friends, we were in band, in the marching band. And we skipped practice one day just to go to Guitar Center and make beats in Guitar Center. Because they had GarageBand, and they had a little studio room that had a piano and like the drum pad, and had like I said,
they had like a whole setup.
They had a setup, man. It was expensive. And so we went in there, just made beats in there, and then we went back and they would be deleted, but we were like, who cares? And at the end of the day, we could just make it again. And so from then on, I was in Tulsa Tech, which is a trade school for sound engineering. That was my senior year. So after the first 3 hours of my high school day, I would go to this other place, the trade school, to do sound engineering. And I was also with Drew, Producer. And we learned a lot of stuff about that. But, I can't say I'm like amazing at mixing vocals or anything, because we didn't just do that. We honestly were learning how to use Pro Tools, and we were learning how to use DAW in general, and we were learning how to sync vocals with video. We were learning how to do everything like that. We had so many different projects we did that just helped us get our foot in the door anywhere. So I got a certification for Pro Tools from that. And then I went, like, during that, I realized how fucking hard it is to make beats on Pro Tools and how stupid it is to do that. Shout out to Illmind for being a serial killer and doing that.
Bro, I've used Pro Tools once in my life, and it was for school. It took me like 30 minutes trying to figure out how to like actually just use it.
Yeah, dude. It's honestly not that hard, I think, in the end of the day. I don't know. It's not good for beats, I promise that.
Yeah.
But
it's more on like the technical side of things.
That's where I got familiar with my first VST, which was Expand. I had that. I didn't know how the hell to make beats back then, honestly, because like I said, I started in 2017, but that was because I had just got my computer. I really only barely did it. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I tried so hard, man. I got on there and I'm a very creative person. I've always been into
Mm-hmm.
music, but um, making beats was not really my strong suit at that moment because
Yeah.
that's more of a 4/4 time signature.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I was used to like free form songs because I wrote songs like and
Yeah.
sang that since a kid, and it was just more off the metronome. So whenever I
Yeah.
got in there, I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Did it kind of feel like it was restricting you or anything, just because you weren't used to it?
Yeah, it's like learning another language. Like that's what I
Yeah,
always say.
I feel that.
It's if you don't know the language, you can't communicate it properly. You might know what you want to
Yeah.
communicate, and you might want like you're trying to talk to someone that speaks a totally different language than you. You know what you want to say, you just can't get it out.
Yeah, I totally feel that.
Yeah. So
And so you use FL now, right?
yeah, dude, I was even using FL whenever I got my computer, but I
Yeah.
I didn't know how to use it the way that I wanted to. I just practiced. I
Mm-hmm.
dabbled at it every once in a while. It was a hobby. I didn't do this stuff. Like I didn't start doing this for money, and I still am not just doing it for money. I'm literally doing it
Mm-hmm.
for my love of music. And so
Yeah, that's
I
tight.
yeah, I dabbled in that, and as time went on, I would just learn little things at a time. I'd watch YouTube videos all the
Mm-hmm.
time. Every time I'd just be watching people make them. Honestly, yeah, you do need to know how to do certain things, but
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I'd say the best way to learn anything is just watching people do it and asking questions, and
Yeah.
as well as just you could look up some little tips, yeah, but I think you should focus on
Mm-hmm.
the tips after you learn the basics of how they even do it and
Yeah.
their workflow. If you watch their workflow, man,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna affect you tremendously because you'll see
Yeah.
what makes it so much faster for them than you and all that.
Yeah. Especially because you'll be scrolling through like YouTube and you'll find like a beat tutorial video. It's like 6 minutes long, like 7 minutes long,
Yeah, dude.
and the beat in the end is like really good. And they did it like no editing, but they did it with like in 6 minutes, which is like crazy.
Yeah, dude. And I do that shit all the time. I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah.
but like I take my time too because I don't really care to force it. I'm not forcing it. That's the whole point. I think for me, it's very much quality over quantity, and I'm not over here trying to
Yeah.
really sell beats, to be honest. So that's different. Like I'm not knocking anyone's hustle. That's just how I am. I'm not even trying to sell them. I'm really just wanting.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make good ass music, and I want it to be timeless, and I want to make
Yeah.
my own albums. I want to work with my friends. I like doing collabs a lot,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
So from there on, I just, you know, lived my life. I was still doing Tulsa Tech for sound engineering. I didn't even, I was just learning a little at a time by doing what I was talking about, just watching videos passively and learning passively, and
Mm-hmm.
just kept putting my ideas as best I could into it. And then once I learned, like, it has to be four time signature. It needs
Mm-hmm.
to be like I think a clap can like really get your timing down. So I started
Yeah.
nowadays I just put your basic clap like every two, and so that would help. That's what I would usually start to do, and that really
Mm-hmm.
affected a lot. It helped me keep on time and not do something that's weird. And once you learn where to put things, I think that you excel a lot more. Like just what usually
Yeah.
would work, there's like a general rule of thumb for basically everything you do. But you don't have to follow shit because it's music, and
Mm-hmm.
music is really whatever the hell you want it to be.
Yeah.
But so 2019 rolls around. My friend is actually in the room, but his name's Red Boogie. He I found him at a Travis Scott concert. I actually was going alone because I wanted to be on the floor, and so
Yeah.
I go alone because none of my friends were getting floor tickets. So
Was it the Astroworld concert?
yeah, and it was in Tulsa.
Yeah.
That's Oklahoma, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he came down from actually where I'm living now because that's actually another thing that got us talking because I learned that like all right, I got in line and
Mm-hmm.
I got in line and I'm just chilling and there's these two guys behind me and one of them's him and one of them's his best friend Nick,
Yeah.
and shout out to him too. He ends up being his manager and he's an artist and I'm like
Oh, for
and
real?
I'm a producer And yeah, like I'm just like, we don't even know that until like the end of the day. I'm not even joking. This is how it like meant to be. It is. This is why I
Yeah.
always preach everything happens for a reason. It's just like,
Hmm.
there's no way that's on accident. I got in line, two guys behind me, the only two people that spoke to me prior to like without me even saying anything, they just spoke to me and
Hmm.
they were like, "Oh, you came alone. You can hang out with us." So we hung out, and you know, the rest was history. We went crazy. We were the ones
Yeah.
getting it hyped up. Like I'm saying,
Yeah.
we were in the crowd. We were the
The
ones
ones
making
like
the
in the mosh and
circles. Yeah,
everything.
we were making the circles, and
Yeah.
then like actually we were in the middle like of that circle. Like made the whole crowd
That's
go
hype.
crazy. That's why.
Yeah.
That's another reason I think that I understand what people usually would want to hear in a song. Like I feel like I know how to make
Hmm.
hits because whenever you're in the crowd so much, you learn just like those little things that
Yeah.
people pay attention
You know what
to.
brings the energy.
Yeah, because it's all about energy in the end. That comes down to everything that we're about to talk
Yeah.
about, really. It's all about energy.
Yes, sir.
So,
That's crazy.
so yeah, afterwards, I'm like hungry. So I just tell them, hey, you want to go to Domino's? It's like right there. So we go to Domino's. Turns out he left his wallet in the car, so he ended up parking literally right next to that Domino's in the parking garage,
Hmm.
connected to it. So that's just crazy, the fact that that happened too. So we go to his car, and I'm like, "Yo, I make beats. You mind if I show you one or something like that?" And so
Hmm.
he said, "Yeah." And we got in the car and we listened to my beat. It was mixed horribly. It's a fucking horrible mixing job. And that's because back then I didn't really, again, it was just like something I did for fun. Now it's really
Yeah.
not just something I do for fun, but it is at the same time. It's like,
Yeah.
this is
It's like more
really,
of a serious
this
fun.
is my life, bro. Like, this is my life.
Yeah.
I'm in school and I
Yeah.
focus more on music than anything. And I can't help it, man. I just can't
Yeah.
help it. Everything, like, is taking off for me right now, and I just can't
Hmm.
slow down, dude, because it's so realistic.
Yeah.
It was always so realistic to me. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like
Hmm.
people underestimate how achievable their dreams are, you know.
Yeah.
But so we're in the car, we listened to it, and they fucked with it actually, and they were like, "Yo, every producer that usually tells me they make beats, they're usually trash, but this shit's fire." And it was like a Logic beat I made and posted on
Hmm.
SoundCloud. I don't use that SoundCloud anymore, but
Yeah.
you can still follow me at All Truth on there. That because the other one doesn't have the same name. But
Hmm.
yeah. So I showed it to them. They fucked with it. I was inspired by that, and I was like, I can do
Hmm.
way better than this, and I need to just go at it. So I was like,
Yeah.
time to. So like, it turned out. That's what I was gonna say. It turned out that they were actually living exactly where I was about to move to the next year, which is here.
Dang.
So like, what are the
That's
odds?
crazy.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just insane. Now we hang out like every day, and
Yeah.
yeah. So I went hard at it from then on. That was 2019, early like March, I think it was, or
Hmm.
February or something. And so as I went on, got to the end of 2019, and I was just like,
Yeah.
all right, next year is the year. And like I tweeted out
Hmm.
in December. I have the tweet still. It says 2020, huge things are happening for me in music, not questioning. And I said that, and then
Yeah.
the next year rolled around, and I went hard at it. There was a quarantine. I was bored. There was a
Hmm.
quarantine. I was fucking loving doing music in the first place. I was getting more connections, just mutual
Hmm.
friends, and um, so I went at it, and I listened. Or I kept watching Rio Leva. Shout out him. I was watching him on stream. He was just making beats after, beat after beat
Yeah.
after beat with different people's loops. He was actually using the viewers' loops. And
Yeah.
so I was sending an email every time. He said every time that he went live, he went live. For me, it was 1 o'clock,
Hmm.
in the day. And so I joined in at 1 o'clock every day. I didn't have a job. And so I was just living with my parents back then. And it
Hmm.
was a quarantine. I couldn't really do much. So I was watching every day, sending him loops. It was a big opportunity. He was really actually getting them to artists. And
Hmm.
I guess one day I had Producer's loops because back then Producer to me he's a fucking legend. First of all, second of all, he his melodies are crazy. You got to see this guy work. It's like
Yeah.
me and him together is a crazy thing. And so, man, he had these really good loops I thought Rio would love. So I sent one at least one of his loops with like three or two of mine, and
Mm-hmm.
Rio clicked his first. He skipped it. He went to the next one, and he said, "Oh shit, this is fire!" And he used mine, and he fucking threw it on there, and made a whole ass beat out of it, and I recorded it, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So
Damn.
I was so happy, man. And the thing is, he didn't like the beat he made, so I
Yeah.
wasn't fully content. I was like, I could do way better than that. First of all, I thought that loop was
Yeah.
trash. I really did think that loop was trash, and he used it. I was like, all right, bet I can do way better than that. So then I
Mm-hmm.
went harder again. That's like literally around a year, just about exactly a year after the I got confident in making beats.
Mm-hmm.
So by watching Rio, I learned a lot of stuff too. Just a
Yeah.
side note, I made. That's why I say that if you watch people, it helps because you see little things they do that you
Yeah.
could definitely incorporate or even workflow. Just the
Mm-hmm.
way they work, it's interesting. And so, what was I saying?
Um, about watching people, seeing what they do.
Yeah, just watch people and see what they do.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But yeah, so Rio used it. That's what I was saying. That's what I was trying to say. Rio used it, and I got motivation, man. Motivation to just
Mm-hmm.
go at the loops. Every day I made at
Yeah.
least one loop. And that's not even that crazy of a, like, if you think about it, it's not the craziest work ethic to just make one fucking melody a
Yeah.
day. But that's the thing. That was just my limit. That was just what I needed to do. So I made
Mm-hmm.
myself at least every day make one melody. If I didn't have the time and I wasn't feeling it, I would just do it the next day. I just add it
Yeah.
on.
Like add on.
Yeah, yeah. So by the end of the week, I had to have 7 melodies every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a second. So I'm gonna go back to where I was. I was saying, I know what I was saying. I'm just trying to figure out how to word it. Um, when he used my loop, it inspired me to do that every day and
Mm-hmm.
just start making them at least and getting something going. And
Yeah.
that really got me. I think nothing teaches you like experience and actually doing it yourself
Mm-hmm.
because you'll learn what you're doing wrong, especially if you compare it to maybe what other people are doing. And don't always compare it because really at the end of the day, it's good to be not the exact same as everyone else. I was
Yeah.
making my own type of stuff. And so once I realized that, man, if it's good enough for this guy he's like one of the top dogs of internet money. He's
Mm-hmm.
got big placements. He's got Lil Tecca. He had Ty Fontaine, Fetish. I'm just like blown away. Ron So Cold, someone that I've known about
Yeah.
for a while too. I'm just like, wow, this guy really just used that. And then I never got a placement out of it so far. So like, I'm not happy yet. Once I
Yeah.
realized, or once he saw, once he said that he didn't really like the beat. I was like, well, now I have to get him more loops. That's why I went so
Yeah.
hard. So I kept sending him all the time. That got me really good. And then I realized, I was at like 300 followers. So the whole beginning of this year, for like the whole first 6 months, I was probably like
Mm-hmm.
300 or less, maybe
Yeah.
maybe barely above that. Then I got to what was it? August? July. What did I say it was? I gotta figure that out. 4 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. 4 months ago.
That's it's what, November now?
Yeah. It was,
June, July, I
I
think.
think it was July,
No, it is August. I think
August,
it is August. Yeah. Should be August.
something like that, dude. I don't remember what exact month it was though, but I could figure that out actually. I don't want to. Oh, let's say. So 4 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
I started realizing. I guess it was 5 months ago. I probably started realizing it that I needed to more. I wasn't getting people that were artists even looking at my stuff. Like that was the problem. I had the talent.
Yeah.
I had the mixing was way better. That's what I should have said earlier. Is like after that 2019, it was 2020 that I really just leveled up like completely with my
Yeah.
mixing and everything. And the if you look at the amount of time I actually put into it, uh, I've barely even done this for a year. Like that's how it seems. Like I barely did it for
Mm-hmm.
2017, 2018. I
Yeah.
kind of did it 2019, and then 2020 is where most all the time I put into it. The majority is right there, and that just shows you if you put your mind to something, if you really dedicate to it, even if it takes a long time, you can definitely make big progress.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
I realized like artists aren't even looking at my tweets. No one's artists aren't even looking at my Instagram. I have like a few that I was talking to and stuff, but that's it. Nothing was ever being made. It was
Mm-hmm.
honestly frustrating. I just send beats and send beats and be told broken promises, you know? So
Yeah.
it's just like, man, I'm tired of waiting. So I just wanted to do something to provide value to my audience. And if I was to provide free beats, everyone was doing that shit. And
Yeah.
most of the time, people that did that weren't even that good. So
Mm-hmm.
like whenever you're looking at it. Um,
Yeah.
so it's just like, what can I do to do something that's different and no one's ever done? And so
Mm-hmm.
I realized most of my audience was producers, not even artists. So I was like, well, why don't I just do something for the producers that follow me?
Yeah.
And then now they'll talk, I can actually get collabs out of this, by making loops. So I was like, fuck it, I'm confident enough. This was like 3 months from not even. It was
Mm-hmm.
probably that month that I went hard and did a melody a day. It was like right
Yeah.
after that I got really confident and I was like, fuck it, I made some crazy ones, honestly. Some of them were like decent, but
Mm-hmm.
man, I just realized I could make some loop kits and I think people would like them. And I saw
Yeah.
some different people like post loop kits for hitting like 3,000 subscribers, or not
Mm-hmm.
subscribers, but like followers.
Followers.
Also
Yeah.
subscribers though, like
Mm-hmm.
YouTubers. I mean, I saw that all the time, but I never had seen someone actually do it like every 100 followers on this
Yeah.
thing, or every like in an incremental way, like other than
Mm-hmm.
big milestones. So I
Yeah.
just realized, I'm gonna do starting at 500 followers. I'm gonna do a loop kit, and it was gonna be like it used to be like 5 for 500, and then 6 for
Mm-hmm.
600, and then 7 for 700, so on. And I hit 1K. I did 10 for 1K, and that was whenever my Ascension loop kit came out. And that's actually what the Ascension kit is. That's my one for my 10 for 1K followers
Yeah.
kit. And then I was wondering, I had a problem. I was wondering like how I could get my old kits on the site without it being weird,
Mm-hmm.
because I had dropped them all through Twitter Dropbox.
Yeah.
And so me and Harohe, I don't even know who brought this up. I think we both had the idea, to be honest. One of us had the idea to do expansion packs, so
Mm-hmm.
I could add on to my kits, because
Yeah.
I was
Like an
still
updated
doing,
version of
yeah,
it.
because I was still doing incremental
Mm-hmm.
things, and I'm still going to with the Ascension kit. With any kit
Yeah.
I drop, I'm going to keep adding to it, even when I'm late in my career. And the main reason for that is that way I can make a certain amount of one theme and then do a different theme and then come back and add
Mm-hmm.
more to the other theme. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to keep doing volumes. I didn't want to keep dropping a new one like that. And I still will do volumes probably. I do it for other types of kits, like me and
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Astor. Um, we have a kit of dark loops for $30, 40 loops. They're all dark. It was for Halloween, and we are gonna add some free expansion packs for that, even for people that didn't buy it. But the main reason for that is so we could add more. You know, I just wanted to keep giving to people as well as the fact that it also brings them back to the original. So they're gonna go back and look at the original and maybe even consider buying it or just talk about it. Or they'll get the other ones even if they're free. You know, they go back to my Ascension kit. That's why mine has the most downloads right now, is because they kept coming back to the expansion packs and then they'd see the original and then they'd get that. So I decided, like, at first we were going to kind of go with a software vibe for that Ascension kit. I didn't even have a name yet. And like software updates, that's what the packs were going to be, more like kind of go like software updates. And then I was like playing zombies actually with John Darko. I was playing Black Ops.
Lights just I've been still for too long.
Oh yeah, so I was playing Black Ops Zombies with John Darko. The fourth one, yeah. I was playing the fourth one, except we were playing the original map, Ascension. Because Ascension is the first map of zombies I ever played. Actually, it has a very deep meaning to me because my brother died when I was 14. Now, he was 20, and now I'm 20. I'm older than him, but he's the one that showed me Black Ops Zombies in the first place, and that was the map that he used to play all the time. So that's why I made that kit Ascension, because it's and it has a rocket. Also, you know how Black Ops Zombies maps, like whenever you're loading in, there's like a comic book. So that's why I did that. That's why I had CM Genius make the art, and he had made that shit amazing. Like, I love it. So he made it like a comic book, just how I described it. And yeah, that was the start of everything, man. Because like I didn't elaborate, but whenever I dropped my 5 for 500 kit, what was I gonna say? Give me a second. Oh yeah. So right when I dropped my 5 for 500 kit, I did a giveaway of just like $10 PayPal. But you know, it was just, you know, it's money. Everyone needs money somehow.
Yeah.
So I just did that on PayPal, and I said RT and like this tweet, and you'll have a chance to get $10. So they did it. A bunch of people. It was 25, which isn't a huge deal, but like whenever you have like only 400 followers and you don't have like a big group of people that are always seeing your tweets in general, that's a lot. So I realized retweets were really important, and because it just shares it to so many different audiences. And so I decided to do that, and since that got so much attention, I got to 500 in no time. And the next kit, I did the RT and like thing and just talked about how it's greatly appreciated. And honestly, I think people enjoy the fact that I be myself, and I'm not like, I'm also not a dickhead. You can tell that I actually appreciate you. So I feel like that's gone a long way for me. I also try to give people advice, even if I don't know who the hell they are, even if they don't like my stuff. Like earlier, I'm a human being, and everyone else is too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
I try to help people out because, you know, I'm nothing, like, I am something special. Yeah, I feel like I'm a legend, but I feel like also at the same time I'm just a fucking another person, just like everyone else.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I need to act all Hollywood to have a good image. I think too many people focus on, they think that their image has to be so untouchable to be, you know, honestly, that sometimes that can go a long way, but I think that makes you more of a symbol than a person.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be viewed as a symbol. I want to be viewed as a person too, because in the end I am, you know. I just Yeah, so I be myself, and I want to be able to like use my Twitter and laugh at shit. I want to be able to
Hmm.
use my Twitter and engage in conversation and not worry
Yeah.
about what someone else thinks of me. I'm a very, I don't know, I like to be independent. Like I like to be on a team like WaveForce Mega,
Hmm.
the fucking legends. But when it comes to life, like how I do my stuff, I just like to do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah. I feel it.
So I didn't want to be trapped in a
Speaking,
box. What were you saying?
yeah. You can finish. I was gonna move on to something, but you can finish if you got
That's
more to
it.
say.
All I was gonna say was
Ah,
I didn't want to be trapped in a box, honestly.
no, yeah. I feel like a lot of people try to like, speaking of like images, try to make like their image perfect, and then they just end up in a box that they can't get out of.
Yeah,
Like they'll have like a set expectation that people think of them, and if they kind of go anywhere outside of that, it just kind of falls apart for them.
yeah, exactly. I don't want to be setting myself up for failure or clout. Like
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people they focus on the clout, but you see how many people on Instagram every day have 16K and follow like
Hmm.
550 people, and
Yeah.
what are they doing? Like, I mean, a lot of them. I'm just saying, a lot of them aren't doing shit. They're not getting any
Yeah.
views. They're not getting anything other than comments because they're like, that's what they, that's what they built is an audience that just likes and comments on their posts. Like that's,
Hmm.
you know, they didn't build a, a personal relationship with many people. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not talking about everyone that has clout. Like that would be stupid if you thought I was
Yeah.
thinking that. But yeah. So just don't get trapped in a box by making yourself
Hmm.
just a symbol. Be yourself. And yeah, there's a fine line between appropriate and inappropriate when it comes to this shit.
Yeah.
And you just
For
have to
sure.
know the difference, honestly. I can't like teach that to anyone.
Yeah. So speaking of WaveForce, how did you kind of like meet everybody in there and kind of like
And
get a
that's
part
a
of that?
so it's kind of crazy, man. Like it's not even that crazy, but it is at the same time.
Hmm.
Mm. So he put me like Harohe, he just put me in a random ass group chat like a long time ago before when I had like 200 followers. I didn't really have shit to my name or anything. I still don't really have any like many release projects that I actually like fully, I don't know, that I fully support because I don't have, I don't have a ton of placements. I don't have any major ones yet.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff unreleased that I really
Yeah.
fuck with and I can't wait. But like, you know, so what was I just saying? I just forgot it.
You were put into group chat.
What'd you say? Group chat, yeah. Okay, so so Haruhe randomly added me into this group chat, and it was basically just, I guess he told me nowadays when I asked him, he told me that he made that basically and wanted to put people that could benefit from it in there. He's a good guy for that, especially because he had
Yeah.
a good like 7K or something, like high up, and didn't follow that many people, and he just put me in
Shout out to
there, and
Haruho.
yeah, love Totoro. I love him, bro.
Honestly.
He's the greatest, bro. I'm telling you, that guy's so talented. I'll go into that
Hmm.
later. But he put me in there, and I met a bunch of people. We just talked to each other all the time when had nothing better to do. Nowadays, I can't really do that unless it's my own group chat because I got a lot of DMs and I got a lot of shit going on.
Hmm.
Like, I still am tweeting all the time because I'm fucking bored. But I'll be working and I'll be working or doing school or something. And also, I just enjoy it. I just enjoy Twitter. It's cool.
Hmm.
But
Honestly, it's so much fun using Twitter.
yeah, dude, it's
Like
really good.
I'll just think of a random thought and be like, oh, all right, time to tweet it.
That's
Doesn't
what
matter what it has to do with.
yeah, dude. That's another thing that I should have elaborated on. Whenever I started, I made a Twitter, and I just wanted to get into this for people that are just starting out. My
Hmm.
beginning started with I did post to SoundCloud, even the shittiest beats. It didn't matter. I swear, I was just like so. I just like posted that shit, and looking back, they
Hmm.
were trash as fuck. But I knew they weren't that good. Like I wasn't thinking they were all that. It was just a hobby, so I just posted them for my
Yeah.
friends to hear it and stuff like that. And I made a Twitter, and that's where things started. At least, like, not immediately at all. Like I said, I was at 400 for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Then it started taking off, and within the 4 months now, I'm at 1,573 right now. So that's
Yeah,
four
that's
months
crazy. Mm-hmm.
from like 400 followers. So I'm just saying
Yeah,
anything's possible. Just fucking do it. Um, but
for
yeah,
sure.
I forgot. Yeah. So Twitter, what I did is I followed people I really wanted to follow. Obviously, I was just being myself, and I always
Mm-hmm.
am. I'm not following anyone, so they follow me back. That's some bullshit. And if you're doing that, you need to stop. So what I did is I just followed who I wanted to follow and who I found interesting, and
Mm-hmm.
then I would look at their followers, or not even followers. I would go to their page and look at the ones that I like. It suggests for me to follow,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd like look at them and find anyone that I found interesting. And when I did that, I got followed back by some big people somehow. Like even
Mm-hmm.
I'll start with shout out Tyler Genius when I was only at like 100, 200, maybe I don't know, it's somewhere around there. I swear to God,
Yeah.
but he followed me back. He's a platinum engineer. He engineered, I think it was
Sheesh.
Red Roses, but I don't want to be wrong, so don't take my word for it.
Mm-hmm.
But for Lil Skies and Landon Cube,
Yeah.
and that was big to me because back then I listened to that song like normally.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's awesome for that. Then I got followed by the Cisco Kid, and he had like he was followed by like everyone, like so many big verified people like Post Malone and tons of
Mm-hmm.
people like that. So that was crazy too. I'm just saying, I'm bringing this up because your mutual followers, they matter a lot, because
Yeah.
if someone comes across your page, they're going to look at first and foremost who follows you. I feel like that's the very main thing they look at, other than your
Yeah.
name and your picture. They're going to see who follows you. And if you, like, for me, if I see like Teo Damani from WaveForce is following someone, I'm gonna look into it very like in
Yeah.
depth, because I know he wouldn't be following just anyone either. So yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
so I would do that, and I got followed back by a lot of them. I got followed back by Complex, that produced my favorite Drake song. I mean, one of my favorites. I have multiple, but
Mm-hmm.
literally I would listen to that in high school all the time. He produced Drama by Roy Woods and Drake. And
Yeah.
I was
Yep.
like,
Yep. Yep.
and he followed me back like right after I DM'd him talking about like, man, I love that song. It's my favorite song. Like I used to
Mm-hmm.
listen to it all the time, and then he followed me. So I think little things like that just kept adding up. I kept getting followed by
Yeah.
bigger people all the time. And so
For
even
sure.
when I had barely any followers, at least I had that to my name. And I think I had a
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool picture back then. Like that's probably why I got followed back, and my name actually. I think that on the majority of people that come across my name, they usually like it. I've never heard anything bad, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm only looking at it from my perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't tell what people think,
Yeah.
but yeah, I thought I think that goes a long way. Your name, who you project to the world, you have to be very careful. And there's a lot of power in mystery too. Sometimes, like
Mm-hmm.
if you have too much shit out there starting out right out the gate, like right whenever you make a Twitter account, I know if I made one, if I started over today with the knowledge I have, I'd be at the like pretty close to where I am already. I feel like,
Yeah.
but I'm not saying I could get there way faster. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, for sure.
And so yeah, just be careful who you put out there. The mystery part that I'm talking about is more like you're just posting too much shit, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
whenever they click your account, you're giving away everything about you before they can even figure
Yeah.
it out. They're not really gonna care to ask. It's kind of like
Yeah.
a tattoo. I'm not saying anything bad against anyone that does have a tattoo that's just bland, like telling you straight how it is. That's not a bad
Mm-hmm.
thing, but if you think about it, it's just like people are more prone to ask about a tattoo if they don't know everything about it.
Yeah. It's not. It's like you wanna have like just enough to where it brings people in,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
but
to say.
not
That's
too much to where
exactly.
people can just like see it and then be like, oh, and then move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel that. That's that's something I feel like a lot of people struggle with, just because they think the more I can get out there, the more I'll be seen. Which in a way, yeah, because you'll have a lot more out there. But I feel like if you do
Build your
do that,
catalog. Build your catalog of beats and your music.
yeah,
Don't build your fucking catalog of just random ass tweets.
yeah,
It's fine to do that,
for
but
sure,
like they have to at least come on. You can interact with people. That's what I think you should do. Just interact.
yeah,
Just be yourself and interact. You don't have to care so much about every tweet you make, and
yeah,
but you should be caring, especially be respecting the controversial tweets. Just don't go into that shit. Like honestly,
mm-hmm,
I really don't think there's a point unless it's very like racism. We should talk about that shit. Like
yeah,
I think we should talk about a lot of things, but like still,
mm-hmm,
I just think
for sure, for sure,
you don't need to go into your thoughts on something that that is really not important to talk about on
yeah,
Twitter.
yeah. Feel that. There's it gets too overcrowded at times for sure. But where were we? Oh yeah, WaveForce.
Yeah. So okay. So I'm gonna start over real quick from that part. I'm gonna say Harohe put me in the group chat, and after a while, I would like. All right, let's say it again. Harohe put me in the group chat, and over time, I just kept talking to people, and I would at him. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would at him in the group, and I would just say random shit to him and funny stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that helped me get at least something I've learned to cut me off right there. Something I've learned is that the more you talk to people, the more prone they are to, like, I guess, look into you because they've heard something
Mm-hmm.
like from you about, and they can kind of tell your personality at least a little bit
Yeah.
better whenever you're like talking, and that comes back to like if you're talking to someone on the phone or you're in the room with someone, you're definitely more prone to get their attention. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
so what I would do is I would at him, and it wasn't even as a thing like I was trying to get something out of it. I was actually just talking to him because he's funny and there's like
Yeah.
he has a lot of followers too. It's just like why would you not talk to him if he's in the group with you? And so
Yeah.
that's what I did. And then as time went on, earlier in the year, I don't even remember when I joined, dude. I have no idea. It was sometime this year though, and
Mm-hmm.
it was pretty early. We hadn't even started the website fully out. Like it wasn't outside
Yeah.
for public view or anything. But I joined in because he tweeted, "I'm building a team with like a UFO emoji and then the eye emojis." And I was like, "Yo, I'm interested." So I hit him up. I said, "I'm
Yeah.
intrigued." And then he started asking me some questions. Like it felt like an interview. He kind of
Mm-hmm.
started asking me a few questions. It was only like five
Yeah.
questions, and then he like didn't respond for a second. It was literally only minutes. I'm telling you, I think five
Yeah.
minutes, probably 5 to 10 minutes after that I texted him is whenever he said, "You're in." And I was like, what the fuck?
Dang.
I didn't even know what it was. So
Yeah.
that would be dangerous to do.
You were just on for it. You were just signed up.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a little dangerous to do now, but
Mm-hmm.
but I think he could tell my character and he
Yeah.
could tell my passion for this, and he could tell that my beats were fire. And I had come across Andrew Astor in the past before I was even in WaveForce, but I didn't know anything about him. I just, uh, I think I saw that he was in Insidious 1 and 2 in his bio, and if it wasn't in his bio, I found it
Mm-hmm.
online. but I just saw that he was
Yeah.
an actor, and I was like, that's fucking awesome. He was also in The Hangover, but
Yeah.
some crazy shit. So I'm thinking, he tweets out, "Who has loops for Mosey?" Or I don't think he said it like that. I think he just said, "Who has Mosey type loops?" I'm thinking
Yep.
he's in the room with Mosey or some shit. Like I'm thinking that, and because he's famous, he's fucking verified.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whenever you see that, I don't even know much about him. I was just assuming they're together. So I sent him some loops. Actually, just maybe even just one that I thought was perfect for Mosey, and he ended up using it, but he never told me he used it, and I didn't even know until I was in WaveForce. Like later on, we talked on the phone and stuff. We got on Discord and made a
Yeah.
beat. I just couldn't get that shit to work for most of the time because man, that shit always is a problem. I'm trying to
Yeah.
like share my screen or whatever. So I was just like helping him out, telling him certain little things that I would do, and then we were basically collabing on it like that. And
Yeah.
he told me that he had used it. He had used my loop a long time ago, and he didn't tell me. And so
That's crazy.
nowadays we FaceTime all the time, bro.
Yeah.
He's a real one.
Yeah.
Sly Nino was the first person to hit me up. He's not in WaveForce anymore, but we're still close with him. Uh,
Yeah.
but he's the first one to hit me up and like FaceTime me and stuff. So they all show love, bro.
I was about to say, y'all sound like more of a family than
Yeah,
anything.
we're a
You know?
family, but that's what I was about to say too.
Yeah.
It's not even just this isn't just business. I don't think you can go that far whenever like you can, but I think that whenever you're a business and a family, you're bound to do bigger things because
Just because like you
people are
both
gonna fuck with
both love
that
your like.
chemistry. People are gonna fuck with their
Yeah.
chemistry. People are gonna look at that and they're gonna be like, "Dang, like I want that," or "I aspire to,
Yeah.
do that." It's like internet money. I big influences on me. I gotta say, like, just in my life, like inspiration wise and everything,
Yeah.
because they were doing huge shit and they just started from the internet, producing just like us. So
Yeah. Which is crazy.
yeah,
The power of the internet, man.
yeah,
That's what.
shout out them, and they
It's
had the
crazy.
chemistry that I was talking about too, because they had a house. They got the house together, and they were always like, there's always these funny ass videos of them, and that's I wouldn't fuck with them as
Yeah.
much if they were just a symbol like I was talking about. They're not just a symbol; they are a symbol, but they're also like they're just a group of friends.
Yeah. They're relatable. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. And I very much saw
People.
myself in Nick Mira. He's definitely so that's what I never talked about. The main influences for me to make beats and actually take it seriously was Metro Boomin, because I used to listen to a lot of Nav, and he produced a whole album for him. Also, he produced his own album, which whenever he did
Yeah.
that, that was when I
That was
realized
crazy.
like producers can get shine. Like this guy's famous. I was like, what the hell? I didn't think most people didn't even know there were producers. Like they think some people I know they didn't even know that. One of my
Yeah.
friends thought that the rappers made the beat. So it's
Yeah.
just like once I realized, wow, dude, this guy is famous from making beats, and I don't even care about the fame, but it's just that was kind of hit me. So then
Yeah.
Genius Deconstructed rolled around too, and Genius Deconstructed started popping out videos, and I was in tech, and we were in a studio. Like, this is your dream place to be in. I'm telling you, like, every day I got free studio time to just be in there and do whatever the hell I wanted.
That's crazy.
If I had a project I needed to do, I could do it on my own time, like throughout the week, and I could just fuck around the
Yeah.
other days. And so I would like play instruments, just sit there and play, practice little instruments when I'm chilling, and then I don't know, just fuck around in there. We would listen to music, and that's whenever that Genius Deconstructed came out. Actually, that
Yeah.
was after I think a little bit, but before that happened, I listened to the song "Fuck Love" by Trippie Redd and X, and that song. If I had to name one song that really inspired me the most to do this, other than the two producers before that, I had found out about Metro, like I said, but I also knew about Murda Beats. Those two were my biggest influences because they were making beats all the time, and
Yeah.
they were hard. Those tags were hard. I love that shit. So fuck love came around. I was in a dark place because of like girl shit. So you know,
As
it was like,
always.
of course, it was called fuck love, so it was perfectly
Yeah.
pertaining to how I felt. Like I did feel that way, and that beat was amazing. Like the song is amazing. The collab with those two is crazy. It was perfect, and I would listen to that song on repeat, and it was just beautiful. And it wasn't even if I'm
Yeah.
not in my feelings, I just love that song. It's an amazing
Yeah.
song. So uh, that inspired me to make beats the most. And then Genius Deconstructed came around with the video "All Girls Are the Same" by Juice World,
Mm-hmm.
produced by Nick Mira. And then I found out that Nick Mira produced Fuck Love in the first place. Not only
Yeah.
that, I found that out after I watched this video, actually. So I was watching the video, and he talked about at the end, which is this is the biggest inspiration to me right here, out of every single thing ever. And it's the thing that made me want to do it the most, and actually like
Mm-hmm.
succeed at it and go for it, is because he at the end talks about how he went to high school. He was still in high school. He was a
Mm-hmm.
17-year-old,
Yeah.
and he would
Just crazy.
go to high school, and they wouldn't even know that he made the beat, but they'd be listening to it on the fucking radio. They'd be hearing it
Mm-hmm.
in the cars. They'd be just listening to it and not even knowing he made it. He's just right there. He's just chilling, like
Yeah.
being himself. I love that. I love that I'm not gonna be, I'll be able to just be myself and walk around, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I just love it. It
Yeah.
got me realizing, dude, this kid's a year younger than me, and he's already doing this out of his
Mm-hmm.
fucking bedroom. And
Yeah.
I could have been doing this a long time ago. That's what I was thinking. I could have been doing this so long ago if I had a computer. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that I didn't, because every experience I had without making beats
Mm-hmm.
has been important in my life. Like every
Yeah.
moment everything that happens to you matters. I think you just don't know what would have happened otherwise. That's why everything happens for a reason.
That's real. That's for real.
Yo,
Yeah. So we're at 55 minutes right now,
shit.
which yeah, it flies by, which is crazy.
Damn.
It really does. So we got a couple of things left. So last season we ended every episode with 3 questions. I did not prepare 3 questions, so I'm gonna make them off the top. Because last season's was top 3 albums, top 3 beats, and advice for people who are just starting out. So let's do. I got it. If you could choose any 2 artists to drop a collab album right now, who would it be?
Oh, dude, that's a hard question. And I feel like I'm gonna get judged so heavily for anything I say. But I
I was thinking about it yesterday. I feel like a Future and Weekend album would be crazy.
thank you for knowing that. That's all I have to
I
say.
feel like
But that's not
yeah.
the only thing. I have so many that I want. But
Hmm.
man, it has one of them has to involve Kendrick Lamar, and Chance the
Hmm.
Rapper has to be in one of them. I don't know if those
Yeah,
could be together. That would be some crazy shit. But like, I'm just
that would be
saying
crazy.
that
Hmm.
has to be in there. But Outcast just needs to come back together. That's all I gotta
Hmm.
say.
So let's see. There's that one. Second question. Um, this is hard. I should have prepared. I should have prepared
Dude,
for
hey,
this.
we got time though, because technically we're gonna shorten this anyway, and I'm not doing shit
That's
right
true.
now. I really don't care,
That is
so
true.
we can just go with it. And plus, people aren't gonna be mad that there's more time in it,
Yeah, that's true.
because they're gonna get a lot of gems from me. I promise you that.
For real. This whole season's gonna be filled with gems,
I
bro.
know, bro.
Especially with now that we're doing artists. I feel like an artist perspective for different things, just a whole like a fresh breath. Yeah, Yeah, a breath of fresh air.
A
For
fresh
sure.
breath of air. That works
Bro,
too.
I'm tired, bro. I am
Uh,
tired. I'm not gonna lie.
I
But
got you, bro. That's all right.
let's see. Second question. All right, yeah. This is probably a good one. If you could produce, like, if out of every song that you ever heard, if you could have chosen to produce one of them, which one would it be?
Oh my fucking god, dude. Why do you have to hurt me? You have to make this so hard. All right, wait.
Bro, it's got to be challenging for
It's
everybody.
so challenging. I'm not gonna do
It's
this.
got I got
All
to
right,
get
I
the
will tell
reaction,
you
the same
though.
reaction from everyone.
But I will tell you though. One of them is
Mhm.
is definitely a Kendrick song because
Mhm.
to me he's the best artist there is because
Yeah.
he knows how to make everything mean something, and at the same
Yeah.
time he has melodies to his voice, and
Mhm.
not only that, the writing it's just impeccable, bro. Everything,
Yeah.
the listener experience is beautiful. But anyway, the song that I would probably produce, I can't choose because I like almost every genre there is. There's something in there that I like.
Mhm.
So, but if I could produce Untitled O2 by Kendrick
Yeah.
or You, I think it is the one that's really
Mhm.
funky. I love that one. I would
Yeah.
I would love that because
That's dope, bro.
O2 is crazy. Like Slept On, the whole album
Mhm.
Untitled is Slept On, and I like it like that. Honestly, it's kind of
I think I think my favorite off that one is either '03 or '04. One of those two.
O3 is great too.
Mhm.
O7 is Levitate.
Yep.
O8, I would definitely produce O8. I
Mhm.
might have to switch it to that, honestly, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it's the one that's talking about blue faces. But it's just, the
Yeah.
beat is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
so, like, funky. That's my type of stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
But I love there's so many freaking options.
Yeah. That's true. All right. I respect those choices. And then last one is just simple. Any advice for people coming up, just starting to produce and stuff like that?
Just do it all the time. That's really the only thing that you need to know. Do it all the time. I'll tell you multiple things. So it comes down to mindset just as much as it does um, physical choices because
Mm-hmm.
you have to be dedicated to this shit and you have to actually dedicate time to it to get better.
Yeah.
But yeah, the main thing is just think positive and your
Mm-hmm.
life will end up being more positive. And that's what I did. Is like you saw, like I said, I tweeted that big things are gonna happen. And big things happen, and
Manifest
I
it,
didn't
bro.
say I'm manifesting. You don't need to say that. You don't need to say you're manifesting. Just manifest it. If you're saying you're manifesting it, then you probably don't believe that it will happen as much. So
Yeah.
for me, I literally believed that it would happen, and that's why I said that it would
Mm-hmm.
happen, and it happened because
Yeah.
I put it out there, and my brain, since I believed that it would happen, my brain helped me to do anything in my power to make it happen.
Mm-hmm. That's real. All right. So I just thought of this. You got off the hook because you're the first person, but I'm gonna add. What's one question you want to ask the next guest? And that is, I'm pretty sure. Let me pull it up. I have it on my computer somewhere around here. What's one question you want to ask? I'm always scared of saying the names because I feel like I'm gonna screw them up.
So hey,
Who is it? Yeah.
oh no, oh
No.
yeah, you're talking about someone in the next podcast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's JT. JT
JT, I
Vion.
don't know how to say it. I think it's JT Bion.
Yeah. I think it's JT Vion. That's what I want to say, but I'm
Oh,
not sure.
never thought about
Because
that.
that's what makes sense, but I don't know. What's one question you want to ask him for him to answer?
Okay. Oh,
Anything. Anything.
one question I'd ask him would be, how do you deal with writers or creators block?
All right. Bet.
Um,
See?
now I can.
Now it makes my life easier. I don't have to ask another question.
Yeah, that's true. All right, then. Do you have any more questions?
Nah, I'm done with the questions.
Okay, then I think I do need to say Harohe from WaveForce. That's what I was gonna say. Is that he he is our graphic designer. Like he was our graphic designer, our only one, and he was doing it all himself, and he did it for free. And he's really great at managing the team and
Mm-hmm.
being positive. And he created the website. He he had merch made. Like it's not. I don't think it's public yet, but it was for a little bit, and then coronavirus. Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't public. It was just behind the scenes. We could order it if we wanted to, but
Mm-hmm.
we couldn't order it anymore because coronavirus hit and
Yeah.
stopped the manufacturing, and that sucked. But um, I just wanted to say that he's a great guy and that he actually genuinely cares about people and then the team. And
Yeah.
he's so talented that he can make art and he can facilitate the whole website and the merch
Yeah.
and and make beats. But
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to say that the whole team is extremely talented.
From that hour that I talked to him from the season finale from last season, dude's a great guy. Honestly, it's crazy.
Dude, he is. And dude, everyone in WaveForce that I can think of is the same way. Very,
Mm-hmm.
very kind. Um, Shout out CM Genius, especially too. He
Yeah.
really helps do with a lot of ideas behind the scenes too.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Shout out to all of Wake Forest, bro.
Shout out everyone, everyone. They're all crazy good, and
Yeah.
I've been knowing this shit's gonna take off for a long time. I just feel it. I was gonna make a collective before I joined WaveForce. I was gonna. I used to talk about that with them, the two guys that I
Mm-hmm.
met at that concert. But then that just happened, and here we are. And I'm
Yeah.
about to visit LA as soon as I can. Like I was gonna go on the 7th through the 11th, but I don't know yet if that's
Yeah.
if that the lockdown and shit isn't gonna affect it. But
Yeah.
that's where I'm gonna go. Then I'm gonna meet up with Teo from Wave Force in
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, and as well as some other people like Creator KRE8ORE.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Split Mind. He's a dude, he's a friend of mine.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So then I'm gonna meet up with Zay there too. XAEFDN.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna meet up with him in ATL. But
Yeah.
yeah, dude, I got a lot of people. I'm not like a ton, but I got a few people in ATL
Yeah.
that I
You got a
really
little set
match,
plan.
dude. I match their
Yeah.
style perfectly, and it's just like that's where I was planning to move. But I'm in school here. I'm studying contemporary
Yeah.
music business next semester, starting next semester.
Yeah. Yeah. School's been tough. It's been easy,
Dude,
just
school's
I.
school is school is
Yeah.
horrible, bro. Whenever you're doing music and you're like bound to
I
be
know.
something, and actually be just doing that. Like it's horrible,
I've
but at
been
the same
just.
time you learn shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've been just I'll do school like I'll do school the last like 2 hours that I'm awake of the day, and then do
that's how I
music for
am.
the rest of the
That's
day.
how I am. Is the
So
problem, man. It's a problem because
yeah.
it's draining, man. It's draining
Mm-hmm.
not doing music and just
Yeah.
working. Just like, but the thing is, I'm also doing something that I know I'm not even gonna be doing. So right now I'm doing kinesiology, which was gonna
Mm-hmm.
be I was gonna be a physical therapist, but and yeah, I like to do that, but I'm horrible at the rest of it, like doing the
Yeah.
classes. So yeah, I'm not doing that
It's
anymore.
crazy.
I'm switching, and I'm gonna like it a lot more.
Yeah.
I just can't
All
wait to
right.
meet up.
So
What?
I completely forgot. I tweeted out that thing for questions,
Oh
right?
yeah,
We got a couple in here.
oh no,
So you ready, bro? You
I'm
ready?
ready. Yo,
All right. Teo asked, "Why wouldn't you text him back?" What's your answer?
because I was busy, but I love him.
Because you were busy. Okay.
but I love him.
That's respectable. That's respectable.
Yeah, if it was anyone else,
Um,
I would probably make some joke about how like I didn't give a shit to actually respond, but I love him. So.
Next one is, when are you dropping a kit on resample? The world needs to know.
As soon as like
We need to know.
as soon as absolutely possible, which is probably today. Maybe not though.
Yep.
Maybe I'm just gonna procrastinate it even longer. We'll see.
All right, that's fair. Um, let's see. All right, I'm gonna say his name, not the at, because I don't. I'm gonna screw up the at. But Mac B
Oh
wants
yeah,
some
yeah.
tips for making melodies with movement and energy.
And
And then,
that's I'd have to say for me, it's all about how you feel and putting your feelings
mm-hmm,
into the sound. That's what I do. But so that's why there's not like a single way to do that. You just have to know when the energy is there and when it's not. And if that
yeah,
energy is not flowing consistently, even whenever the drums stop, then you need
mm-hmm,
to fix that and just keep adding shit. So here's a gem for any sample makers that look up to me at all, like or just want to learn something. Basically, what I do is I just add sounds. I start with one sound I like, and from there on, I just have one pattern on FL. I just have one,
mm-hmm.
and I just keep adding stuff to that pattern. I don't bother trying to like drag it
Layers.
onto. You don't have to drag it all onto your playlist view and do
Mm-hmm.
that. Just do it all in one pattern. Your workflow will go way faster. You can change little things about every part of the melody with ease. Just do that, and then
Yeah.
once you're done, you're gonna clone the pattern and split that pattern that you cloned. That way
Mm-hmm.
you have it all separate. And then throw all your stuff on from the beat on there. I make literally my whole beat and the melody all on one pattern at first. And
Yeah.
just turn off things I don't want to hear. And so do that and you'll be good. Just keep at it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I was gonna say. A great answer to that would be if the energy isn't there, it's obviously lacking something. It doesn't mean you have to
Mm-hmm.
change something on what you already have put down. It might mean that you just need to add something else and then turn
Mm-hmm.
down the other shit. It's all about leveling too. Like I
Yes,
make
sir.
my like you were on my live the other day. You said
Mm-hmm.
that it made it all sound like one singular sound, but it was really like
Yeah.
I had 14 fucking Electras. I don't know how my laptop
Yeah.
wasn't tripping, but my laptop was going. Bro. Like, I could have
Should
kept
have
going.
exploded.
Yeah, dude, it was fine. It didn't even like have a problem. So yeah, this thing's pretty
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, so just keep adding stuff and then level them
Mm-hmm.
to where they blend in perfectly. Like it could be this tiniest little thing. Also think about
Yeah.
spacing. Don't just put. They don't have to all fill up that entire 16 bars. See, I do 16 bar patterns. It doesn't have
Mm-hmm.
to fill out that entire thing. It just needs to. It can be like a little right there, and then nothing and nothing
Mm-hmm.
and nothing and a little right there. You need to think
Yeah.
about that and give it space, and then add other
Yeah.
stuff to fill in those holes with different
For
sounds,
sure.
or even the same sound. Fuck it, but you know,
Yeah. Bet. All right.
yeah.
Well, I think they got their answer.
Any
So
more fan questions?
we got all the fan questions. Let's see. Adele? Is that how you say it?
Adele,
Right? I think. Adele.
yeah.
Asked if
I
you like.
remember. Before you go into that, I remember whenever I was in the Discord with him and the in talks, and he they were he was like, no, it's not Adele. Or he said it's no, it's not Adele because Adele has an E at the end. I was just dying at that. But he was like,
I swear.
of
Mhm.
course it's a. He was like, of course it's Adele. What else would it be? Like, that's why I was laughing. But what were you saying?
Bro, I swear. There's so many names. Like I'm scared to say names because I just
It
know.
could be Adele too. Like whenever you look at it,
Yeah, it
it
could be
sounds like
anything.
it's really. They're not gonna get mad most of the time if you fucking don't know how to
Yeah.
say it. If it's not in their bio, look at their bio because
Yeah.
sometimes they do have it like
They have like the
overseas.
spelling out.
I didn't know how to
Yeah.
say how to fucking say overseas for so long, but it's
Same.
OVRs, and I was
I
like,
learned it.
I found it in
I
his
learned it like
bio.
3 days ago.
I saw it in his bio.
Yeah.
I was like,
I figured
he
it
just
out 3
learned
days
it,
ago.
but I don't know how long you've known about him. But he's followed me before he was even in it.
Yeah.
Cool guy.
All right, so we got 2 things left. I feel like I've said that so many times already.
Yeah, but that's fine,
Um,
dude.
yeah. All right, so first things first. Since you're the
Wait,
first guest.
my bad. You didn't say the question from Adele. I don't think.
Oh no, yeah. He asked if you love him.
Of course, I love him. That's it.
All right, there it is. All right, so you're the first guest. So you're the first person to, I guess, not receive it, but be known about this. I didn't do this last season, exclusively for right now, for season 2. But I'm gonna send you a season 2 sticker.
Yo,
I got tons of these printed out, bro.
that's sick, dude.
So that's for you. They're fire. They're actually really
That's cool, dude. I don't know where to
Turned
put
out.
it, dude. I gotta think. That's the thing about me, though.
Anywhere,
I'm
man.
very conservative with my fucking stickers. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to use it because I'm afraid I'm gonna want to use it whenever I get an even better thing. But I'm gonna use it
I got
eventually.
yes, sir. So this is all yours right here.
Sweet, dude. That's badass.
And then I know, thank you. And then it's got the logo and everything. Every season is gonna be different, so that's my
crazy.
plan for right now.
I like the little
And then
video you
we
did
got
too. That was fire.
yeah. We got the winners for the giveaway for some of the stickers. So we got the first person is at Discipline of Sound. Great guy. Second guy is at the Cody Stewart. He's actually in Nashville, I'm pretty sure too, because that's where I'm at right now. Third is at Vanish Beats. Fourth at 215 God Bless T1. Fifth is Snake Jake. Shout out Snake Jake, bro.
Yeah, shout out him.
Great guy. Great guy. I
For
wonder how
sure.
I wonder how cold Canada is right now.
Dude, I might have to ask Teo right after this. I'm gonna ask him.
It's gotta be like in the negatives or at least close.
Teo's in Ontario.
Yeah.
Or is that how you say it?
Yeah, Ontario. I'm pretty sure that's where he is too. I want to say.
I think so too. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Also, I think Ice
And
Cold
then-
is too. If you've heard of him.
Really? Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Though.
Canada's popping off.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Everyone's
There's an
in Canada
artist
now.
there that I actually about to be working with. Like, she fucks with my beats. She's hard, dude. Anyway,
Yeah.
she lives there.
That's fire. Let's see. Then Codas Van Dam. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Then Josh Crespo, Hazzy Music,
Hey,
Prod, FG Solo, and then Jungkook. So they're all
shout out Josh, and also shout out
getting stickers.
Drake, Drake and Josh. They have a kid together.
Facts.
You gotta get
Shout
that
out
shit.
both of them.
He lived
Hey.
3 minutes from me. Drake actually does.
Yeah, I saw that you went with him and KS.
Yeah, KS pulled up from where's he from? Texas somewhere.
Yeah, he's from Texas.
And so he came down and like stayed with Drake, and I just went over there and we chilled for the day. But like, yeah, Drake only lives 3 minutes from me. He works a lot, like basically every day, and he has a kid. So
Yeah.
the man is busy.
Shout out Drake, bro.
So yeah, shout out him whenever he's big, like he's gonna have a good
Episode
story.
1, season 1, bro.
Yeah,
That's what we had for him.
I know, dude. I was
Oh,
watching
man.
that.
Shout out everybody, bro. Honestly.
I know I can shout out the whole
Crazy.
fucking Twitter community.
Yeah, bro.
Shout out Jake Mark, the GOAT. He's a really good dude.
Sure. But we on the low, we might get some Josh sound booth collab going on with Underground Stars sometime soon. I don't know when, but we got something working. Same with because we're doing, what was it? Yeah, we're doing like a group podcast with like collectives. That's what I want to start doing. So
Oh yeah.
I want to try and figure out certain times and certain things to do it because
Bro, WAVEFORCE on
that's
a
gonna be sick.
podcast would be nice. We got a lot of
That's
shit
what I'm
to
saying.
say.
That's what I'm saying.
John Darko's gonna have a lot to say.
I'm saying, bro. Like that's the plan. That's the
Shout
plan.
out
I gotta
John.
figure it out when and everything. I got him set up for I think a bonus episode for this season.
Hell
We
yeah.
talked about it. So
Also, shout
I'm
out
trying to
Bleed.
get all WaveForce on here, bro.
Yeah, shout out Bleed, bro. He's probably one of the best producers alive.
But no, yeah. So that's all yours right now. I expect you to put it on something, bro. I expect it.
I will. I just gotta
What else?
find out. I mean,
Yeah.
I gotta find out what. And I honestly, I kind of want to just wait till I got this money coming in very soon,
Yeah.
and then like put it on some super nice thing that I'll use forever. Because I want it to be something I'll have forever.
Yeah. Hey, who knows? If we get WaveForce for season 3, you'll have the season 3 sticker too.
That's facts. Yeah, I'm down to always do another too.
Yes, sir. Well, bro, I appreciate it.
No
Honestly,
problem, bro.
it's been great.
This is nice.
Yeah.
I knew I'd enjoy this one.
Lots of gems, lots of everything. Season 2, bro.
I got more to
Season
say,
2.
but that's how it should be because,
Yes, sir.
if I said it all in one episode, then there would never be a reason to say anything.
Yes, sir. We'll get you back for sure. We'll get you we'll get everybody in WaveForce back. I'll figure something out. It's got to be like non-traditional, but really cool. So
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
I'll say one more thing before. Yeah, wait, what?
Also, be on the lookout. What are we doing? MIDI kit? Is that what we decided?
Yes. It's going to be waveforcemega.com/undergroundstars. And then you'll have a nice-ass MIDI kit. I'm telling you, I think it's really good because I use these MIDIs like all the time because why would I keep making the same thing over and over if like whenever I could just drag it in and change little things about it. So that's another thing that I should tell everyone starting out, especially. MIDIs help you a lot to understand the structure of everything, as well as just don't keep using the same one and never changing it though. Just don't do that.
Yeah. So, I mean, everybody who finished this, made it this far, be on the lookout for that. That's going to be, I mean, once you finish this episode, go for it. Should be up by then. So, waveforcemega.com/undergroundstars. All right, make sure y'all go cop the kit W2S2, and I mean we'll catch you on the next episode. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.